I got a question. What's the most expensive thing any of you have ever purchased in your life? You're listening to The Creative Catalyst. What I want to talk about is something that I never get tired of talking about. I never get tired of hearing it. It's something that I'm always learning, but it's something that I've learned a lot of over the past years in my career. And what that is basically investments. No, I'm not talking about Forex or cryptocurrency or stock market. No, I'm talking about a different kind of investment. Now, those of you who are either financial heads or real estate heads or dealing with anything in that department, you know investment, but I'm more so speaking for those in the entrepreneurial department. I'm speaking to those who are the ones that reach deeply into their pocket and find something to make something. To rub two nickels together and make $1. I'm speaking to you, those people, okay? The subject in this podcast episode is basically just that, investing in yourself. Let me tell you a little bit about that. We buy things on a daily basis without really thinking of the impact of what it is going to bring us in the future. We're only concerned about what it's going to do for us in the right here, right now. We don't think of, well, what is this going to bring me after everything else is ran out? What is this going to bring me after everything has run its course? You, as an individual, are the most important thing to yourself. If you do not invest in yourself, you'll never be anything. You'll never go anywhere. You'll stay exactly where you are on social media, mindlessly scrolling through a bunch of pointless posts, doing a whole lot of nothing. That's exactly where you're going to end up. Looking at somebody else be awesome. Looking at somebody else be great. You could be that greatness, but instead, you rather do that. So, I'd rather step on some toes and really shine some light on this because I know this is going to apply to a lot of people. The truth of the matter is, a lot of people are very, very afraid of investment. It's kind of funny. I'm just going to point this out here. You have a lot of people who think that they can afford investment, that they can afford success. Well, and this is what some people have told me. Well, let me think about it and let me see how I can fit that into my budget. Let me see how I can fit that into my schedule. Wait, since when you could afford success? Since when you can afford investment? People get it misconstrued. Investment is not a set dollar amount. Investment is something that you put into something else to make that something grow. Whether it be money, whether it be time, whether it be knowledge, whether it be other resources that you have. Investment can be anything of value that you put into something to make that something grow. People think that when you say invest in yourself, they automatically allocate it to money. And yes, money is a very, very big thing to put into something to make it grow faster, bigger, or stronger. However, it's not the only thing. A lot of times people think that, and they're stuck on, it takes money to make money. Yes, that is true. I'm not going to be biased. I'm definitely going to be that person that admits that much. Yes, it does take money to make money. Get over it. You need money to buy something that's going to take you somewhere that you weren't there before. You got to get that out your mind that I'm letting go of this money. No, you're putting this money in another pocket. You taking the money out of one pocket, moving it into another. That's investment. If you just buy, a pair of Jordans, a purse, that's not an investment. In fact, most of you don't know, when you buy those things, when you leave that store, the value of that item depreciates from that day on the outside of that door of that store. And every day that you wear it, every day that you use it, it becomes less and less and less valuable. So the money that you put into it, you're not going to get that money back. Face it. However, the money that you put into yourself, you have some options here. You can get that exact amount back. You can get that amount back and more. Or you can totally skyrocket and put yourself in a position to where you might look back as, that little bit of investment changed my whole perception, my whole scope on life. It's changed my whole way of thinking. That's what investment can do. You have options. You don't have options by simply just buying something that's going to serve the right now purpose, because once you buy it, you no longer want it because you got it already. You're like a hamster in a wheel. You're constantly chasing something that's not going to get to you quick enough. Because once you finally get it, you don't want it anymore. It's like revenge. You know that boiling revenge that you've ever wanted to get back at a person? Boils up, boils up, boils up. And then when the opportunity opens up that you finally are able to take that revenge, a part of you doesn't even want it anymore. Because you've grown to want bigger and better. Investment works the same kind of way. It works the same way. So if I could think of a couple things off the top of my head, a couple of ways to really invest in yourself, I would say time. I would pick time over money. Because with time can make anything happen. It can make anything. And with time comes effort. And with that effort, it turns into other things. Time is something we can't all get back. We can get back money. If I put $100 in, I'm going to get that $100 back. But I can't get my time back. And what's important about shining light about the time that I put into something, it's not just a matter of, I'm just going to put time in. Because that's what a lot of people think. I put a whole lot of time in here. Why don't I see my investment come back? You got to be mindful of the time that you're putting in. It's not just a matter of just putting countless hours, countless days in there, because it is such things as you can waste time putting time. You got to be mindful of the time that you're putting in. And if you clock that time, keep track of that time, you'll start to see that it's worth putting that time in, because you're going to start to see a growth. You'll start to keep track of it. And then you'll start to compare yourself. You're going to start to look at, I used to be here and now I'm here. Well, I used to be down there. Now I'm up here. You'll start to really appreciate investing. Now, I'm going to touch on money. Okay? That's what everybody wants to hear. That's what everybody wants to talk about. Let's talk about some money. Okay? You got $100. You got a regular job. But you got $100 right now. The one thing that you might need to purchase or whatever might cost you $500. But you got $100 today, but that thing costs $500. Most of you think that you won't be able to get that thing because it costs $400 more than what you currently have in your pocket. See, it's not about how much you have, it's about what you do with what you have to lock yourself into getting what you need. So then that way you can get what you want. Most people think when they come to me and they ask me for a logo or they ask me for a website or any other kind of branding material, I give them my price, they seize up. They feel some kind of way. I give them my price and I give them options as to how they can achieve the product that I'm giving them. They feel better about themselves after, because then they can digest it and break it up into smaller pieces of, okay, well, I have $100 today, but what you're selling me is $500. My option is, well, let's work out a payment plan. Let's put you on a payment plan and let's break it up. Okay, if you can put me in a position of getting that $100 every week, every 2 weeks, something is always going to be better than nothing. I'll work with you. If that is your position that you're in, that $100 is going to add up. It's going to credit. It's going to build up. As you put in, I put in. You put in, I put in. Now I'm investing along with you. I really want that thing, but it costs $500. And I'm feeling intimidated because I think that I can't get that thing because I don't have that $500. So I disqualify myself. I cut myself out of the deal before the deal has even been made. So what you do is you have to meet in the middle. If that's all you have, you meet in the middle. You be transparent, you be honest. You let them know where you're at. Because nobody can be upset if that's all you have. Honestly, if they're really about some business and they're really serious about something, they can't be upset with you if that's all you have. Period. So, I can say that, I have worked with some people that were in that kind of position. Not everybody. I can't really put that staple on everybody, but for those who do have it like that, and those who do have that $500, you can almost promise that I'm going to give you more than that $500 because I strive in over-delivering and under-promising. I strive in giving you more than what you paid for because I know that if I give you something good, you're going to come back to me and we're going to establish a relationship that's going to last us years. To this day, there are still some people today that I designed for, that I've been designing for over 5 years, over 6 years, over 8 years. Pretty much I've been designing for practically my entire career length. And to this day, yes, and sometimes I feel some kind of way with admitting this, they put up, if I delay, if I take a little bit longer than what I promised, they put up with my price, they put up with a lot of the little itty bitty things that might get on their nerves, but because they trust that I'm going to give them quality, they trust that I'm going to deliver quality, they trust that I stand by the name that I put forth when they met me, I've established that integrity already. Now, of course, there's room to grow. I'm growing. I'm striving to be better. I'm striving to cut out a lot of the things that messes with my integrity, that messes with my turnaround time, that messes with my overall professionalism. I'm striving to be better myself. And I can only speak on my experience. I can only speak on what I know, what I've learned, the wisdom that I have acquired over these years. I can only speak on that. So the lesson, to recap, is you need to invest in yourself. You need to look at what investment is. And if you don't know what investment is, ask me a question. Come talk to me. Go to my website, fill out one of my forms, contact me. reach out to me. Comment, inbox me, whatever you got to do. I'm going to have some information for you. You put it out there. My website, www.michaelcrown.com. You check out what I have to offer. You check out what I'm doing currently. You look at everything that I've been striving to better, striving to push towards higher. I'm only in competition with myself, and I am my biggest investor. I am the most expensive thing that I've purchased ever, and that's how you have to think of yourself. You should be the most expensive thing that you spend money on, because only you can return that investment. Nobody else can. I want you to take that with you. Do something with yourself. Go be great. Go do something that's bigger than yourself today. Do that.